bring all praise to Yahweh, Bashim, Ashai, Bashim, Kakudah, Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, Moabite Man Knows That We Are Israelites. He doesn't say Israel, but he speaks, he's describing Israelites. He's talking about black people, Native Americans. So this is from African Diaspora News Channel. Title is Asian Man Says That the Country is Suffering for Not Listening to Black Americans, which are Israelites, the Kingdom of Judah. Then he goes into the Native Americans too. So he's talking about us as a whole, and he tells the truth as to what's going on. But he doesn't say, like I said, he doesn't say that we're the Israelites. So the whole world is waking up to the fact that we are those people. We are those special people. All these Beckys, they want Jake. They want the tribes. They don't want their own nation, men of their own nation. They want the tribes. They fantasize about the tribes. I remember when I was young, I used to go to clubs. I used to hang out with some Edomite dudes, and we used to go to Edomite clubs, and I was the one that always got lucky. Them niggas never got lucky, But them Edomites, them women will say they don't like Jake, but they behind closed doors, they like Jake. So everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up. So let me just go ahead and let it play. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm going to slow it down. See what you get out of it. I just listened to part of it. Okay, so here we go.
Illustrating that. Here we go.
This is the last time I'm going to say this, but the core reason that this country is suffering so much is because you never believed in black people. You never believed what black people were trying to tell you the entire time. You believed the white narrative of your survival over
some of the things that they say, white people say, is, see, black people, you got to pick up yourself by your bootstraps. Well, what's happening to you white people? All I hear you doing is complaining that the jobs ain't there, that the money ain't going far enough. What about pulling yourself from your bootstraps, as the saying goes? It's not about that. This system is rigged for us to fail and for you to succeed. In New York area, you go to jail, like in Manhattan, you go to the tombs. We were in the fucking tombs. And people knew, oh, you one of them, you Israelites. Jake be knowing. And this is way back years ago. This is more than 10 years ago. And the tombs, the Rikers, those are the main two in that area. And then if you found guilty, or you plead out, you go to prison, which is upstate. It's always upstate. It's in Fishkill, that area, upstate, and that whole thing is set up for them white boys. There ain't nothing happen up there. They put them prisons up there to give white boys and Edomite women, Edomite men, good paying jobs. See, if there was no crime, they would have to put crimes on Jake. If Jake just kept the law and you couldn't arrest none of them, all them prisons would go out of business. And guess what? All them white boys would be out of jobs. That whole thing is set up to make them white boys do good, and them white girls. Anyway, so let's go ahead and listen.
Empathy, hearing somebody else out, because you were afraid that if you were to activate your empathy, you would recognize the violence that you are co-signing by surviving.
Empathy means I feel your pain. They don't feel our pain. They're like, well, take it like a man. That's your fault. If you had to stay in school and this, that, and the third. So they never really had any empathy for us as a people. If they were honest, good, Bible believing, honest American people, they would say the black people is being treated bad. Every once in a while, you run into a white boy. I ran into white boys I was cool with that said, man, this country treats you people like shit. That's fucked up.
Amongst the white narrative. So as your psychosis goes into fragile, numb, sensitive, entitled, and black people are still prepared for whatever is coming tomorrow. And they know how to process pain and grief with their community, with each other, they'll still be here, and the indigenous as well. I'm not gonna leave them out of this conversation because this is so important. And
he mentions the indigenous, which are the Indians, which includes all of the Indians from Canada, U.S., Central South America. They're all considered Indians, indigenous.
go to the reservations of this land. All right, those are the projects that this American government placed out of mind, out of dialogue, out of conversation.
And the fact that you have reservations, the history goes into Gad. Gad was in this country long before Esau. Esau came in, perpetrated wars against them, won the wars through the hand of the Most High to punish the Northern Kingdom tribes and put them on reservations as is this day. And they're living real bad. A lot of them on drugs, alcoholics, dying young, and just messed up people, which are our people. We're under these curses as it is this day.
As well.
Okay. So
So anyway, I didn't want to play this whole thing. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but he brings it out. He doesn't mince his words. He basically says, as the title says, Asian man says that the country is suffering for not listening to Black Americans. You see all the videos of these Edomites bringing you their sad story about their money. I got a job, my wife got a job. I got 2 jobs, my wife got a job. We still now you know what it feels like to be under a curse. But soon I'll give you one scripture. I'll quote it, Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 28 in a nutshell. The curses part from 15 verse 1 down to the 68 verse. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. It said the curses are going to come upon you as of right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and read that in a couple of versions, and then I'm going to close. So I was going to make this short. Deuteronomy 30. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30. I don't need verse 7. So I'm going to the Amplified. Okay, Yahweh, your power will inflict all these curses on your enemies. Who's number 1 on the list? Psalm 50. What is it? Psalms 83. And on those who hate you, who have persecuted you. That's talking about all the nations. So let's go ahead and read that in the NLT. Yahweh, your God, NLT, will inflict all these curses on your enemies and on those who hate you and persecute you. Let's get into King James. And then I'm going to go to the chat. King James Version, Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And Yahweh, thy God, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. Let me go ahead and read the next verse, since we're in the KJV, a verse. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, because the Most High is going to put that law in your inward part, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. This is getting ready to happen. Let me read the next verse. I can read the whole chapter. And Yahweh, the Most High, will make thee plenteous, that's in the kingdom, and every work that's in the kingdom, like the king with the Midas touch, the king that he touched everything and turned to gold. That's us. We're the Midas touch of thine hand and the fruit of thy body. You're not going to have any stillborn births. There's not going to be any abortion clinics. There's not going to be any defective children, deformed children. That happened when Esau came over here. I believe it's in the James their book. history of the American Indians that he didn't find any deformities among children. Esau brought that shit with him. And in the fruit of thy cattle, and this also proves that the kingdom is going to be placed here on the earth, and in the fruit of thy land for good, for Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. Because there was one. When did we do good? During the time of King David, especially during the time of King Solomon. So we're going to truly be blessed. As the scripture said, of Abraham, all the families of the earth, of thy seed shall all, I'm merely paraphrasing, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So we're catching hell, but we're coming out of it, and we're going to have the kingdom. That's the next big thing. Next big thing. There was something else I wanted to go into. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to the chat. Let me go to the chat real quick. Give me a second here. Let me do it this way. I didn't read this part. Quick comparison table. Microchip doctrine, yes, strongly. IUIC, strong, mixed, nope, not, well, it's beginning to be mixed. Often symbolic. GOC, often symbolic. Now let me come over here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go boom. What's GMS Israelite takes on Deuteronomy 30. Verse 7. Let's see what they say. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And it's happening now. Esau is feeling the pressure right now. They bitching. They bitching. GMS interpretation of Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. GMS Great Millstone reads this verse as a future end time reversal prophecy, specifically about the Israelites. They identify as so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Here's how they typically break it down. It has not been fully fulfilled yet. Beautiful. GMS teaches this verse is not ancient history and not fulfilled in the return from Babylonian captivity. They say Israel has not yet been restored to rulership. That's the kingdom. The curses of Deuteronomy 28 are still largely in effect today. Yes, they are. Therefore, Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. Now, who's feeling these curses now? Hard. The northern kingdom tribes. Because Jake ain't going out of his house looking both directions, seeing if there's any ice agents. But the Latin tribe, they doing that, and even if they're born here. If you don't pull out your ID quick enough, they're going to beat the shit out you. And they killed 2 Edomites. So you know they don't give a damn about you. It said, therefore, Deuteronomy 30 verse 7 must be speaking about the coming kingdom under Yahweh, their name for the Messiah. They see it as part of the same prophetic timeline as, I use that prophetic timeline, Revelation, Isaiah 14, Jeremiah 30, good, Obadiah, starting at the 10th verse. Thine enemies, Esau, Edom, modern white nations, and GMS doctrine. Enemies primarily refers to Edom, Esau, whom they identify with modern European descended people, especially America, which they teach is Babylon the Great. They also include, I'm glad they put that in there, They also include other nations that participated in Israel's oppression, Arabs, Arab nations, Africans who participated in the slave trade. But Edom is considered the chief target. Edom is considered the chief target. Do we hate white people? No, we hate Edomites. I don't know what a white person. White means pure. We are white people. The curses will reverse. Let me say that again. Read that again. 3. The curses will reverse. One more time. The curses will reverse. It's called a reversal of fortune, reversal of power, reversal of circumstance. GMS connects this directly to Deuteronomy 28. They teach the curses in Deuteronomy 28 fell on Israel: slavery, oppression, poverty. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7 is the reversal clause. So, you know, you're going to have to look forward to the missiles hitting you, and then when you come back, you're going right into slavery. When you die in America and these missiles hit you and you go in the spiritual realm, this great spirit is going to tell you when you come back, you're going into slavery. You're going right into slavery. I'm sorry I lost my space. In the kingdom, those same curses, bondage, subjugation, destruction, will fall on Israel's enemies, starting with Edom. This ties into their belief in literal slavery of other nations in the kingdom. Isaiah 14 verse 2, a 1,000-year period of subjugation. Revelation 20 verse 4 to be exact, eventual destruction of Edom after that period. Obadiah 1 verse 18. You can start at the 10th verse as to the reason why they're going to be utterly destroyed. This is beautiful. And thank you again, chat. You've been on point. National, not individual. GMS reads this nationally, not spiritually. They reject. All of a sudden, Esau wants to be spiritual. Well, don't talk more. Esau ain't. He's the furthest from being spiritual. Now all of a sudden, this guy is spiritual. The idea that, hey, when these white slave owners, these plantation owners, when they whipped you, they quoted the scripture. See, this is the script. This is the fulfillment. They use the term, what was the term? A manifest destiny, meaning it's destined for us to take you down. That's what the word means, manifest destiny. Meaning this has been destined, this has been manifest, and it was destined for us to take you down. They said it in a movie. What was the name of that movie? It was starring this guy. Damn, I can't even remember his name. He died recently. He had throat cancer. Somebody help me out. Thunder something. Thunder clouds, thunder whatever. And it was about Gad being pushed over by the feds. And the Fed reminded the Gadite that this ain't nothing but manifest destiny. I don't know if he used that word, but he said, look, this was destined that we took you down. So we're on top for that reason. The idea that enemies mean sin or Satan. The idea that this is fulfilled spiritually in the Messiah. For them, this is a geopolitical and racial, a literal transfer of global power. Because who has control of the globe? Esau. Trump proved that when he went down to Venezuela, he took it. They own Venezuela. You can go down to Venezuela. That's another state. You don't need a passport. That's another state. They just took Venezuela. They said that's part of the United States. It says Israel ruling the earth, other nations serving under them. Physical, subjugation, connected to their elect doctrine. They teach only the elect remnant will be delivered. 2/3 of Israel will die before this happens. The ones that are in America, not 2/3 of all Israelites on the planet, the ones that are in America. Get that right. After deliverance, the curses shift to the enemy. The curses is on them now, but the curses are really going to come upon them when all hell breaks loose. When Jacob's trouble comes. Also, you can call it Esau's trouble. It's going to start as Jacob's trouble. It's going to end as Esau's trouble, because Esau is going to be in trouble. So Deuteronomy 30 verse 7 happens after tribulation. They went off on that. After destruction of America. Okay, well, that's true. That's true. After Yahweh's return. So anyway, I made it a little bit long. I wanted to make it short. With that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next.